what you got. Push it down, son. It's more. Just slip. Come on, girls, I know you know what you want. Come on now, come on. You're beating walls, now you just won't quit. You play with shapes, but they just won't fit. I know you love me, you don't know what you like. You're watching TV.
Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports, alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
It's interesting that the Mavs almost exclusively built through three. They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
Chandler with the screen on Rubio. Nelson against Rubio. Here's Parsons. Back to Nelson. He dishes it to Harris. There's the feed to Nelson. Trying to find Chandler. He's got it now. Back to Nelson. Shot clock at 6. Harris passes to Nelson. The second chance effort. That one off the back iron and out. Monte Ellis. He's checked in for the Mavericks. Felton Carter. And for Ricky Rubio. Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks in their last game, a loss to the Magic.
Yeah, I don't think they enjoyed watching the tape of that loss, because there's no question they were the better team going into it, and yet they got completely crushed.
I'm actually still trying to figure out what happened there, Steve. No matter how it looks on paper, you've still got to show up, lace up, and play. It looked like they just weren't interested in being there. He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Crowder, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. And the Timberwolves also making a change. J.J. Barea is checked in for Kevin Martin. All alone, and it's slammed in by Ellis.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
That's the way you creep back into a game. Get those key stops, push it down the floor with your transition game.
Here is Barea. He's guarded by Ellis. Good!
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
Well, if they can match that effort at the defensive end, look out. J.J. Barea, quick scoring guard, great attacking off of pick and rolls. And for his size, I'll tell you what, he has an impressive ability to finish around the rim.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
And Williams, here we go. Banked in off the glass. Williams has got his first points of the night. And for Barea, at just 6 feet, a scrappy defender, Clark. He plays in close, and he's a master of drawing charges.
Yeah, you know, the league actually cracked down on him a little bit. One of the players singled out for flopping, and that's mitigated one of his best defensive weapons.
And the call will go against the Prodigy. That is his first foul of the game. Ellis kicks to Crowder. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
What a play. The hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
Timberwolves leading by 10. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Williams passes to the Prodigy. It's rebounded by Dallas. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Handler comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And it's Felton in for Jameer Nelson. The Prodigy, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Martin comes in for Wiggins. We've got Chandler. Felton is out there with Harris. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Crowder in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Dallas moving it around. 5 on the clock, and it's Harris off the drive, and that one's good.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
Harris against Rubio. It's stolen by Harris. It's 2-on-1. And here we go. Here's Parsons. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Richard Jefferson. He's checked in for Crowder. And it's Ellis in for Devin Harris. Brewer is checked in for Minnesota. Williams comes in for Ricky Rubio. Here's the Prodigy. He's guarded by Chandler. No good from the Prodigy. Mavericks trailed by 10. And it's Ellis penetrating. A quick shot there, and it's off target. Minnesota's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. And here's the fast break. Felton leading the way. Here's Jefferson. The rebound by the Prodigy.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
Coach Rick Carlisle is really a competitive guy. He's hardworking, brings a razor-sharp intensity to the job. A former NBA player himself, but he's not what you would call a player's coach. At least he doesn't fit that description as we've become accustomed to hearing it applied. He's not buddy-buddy with this guy. He is clearly all business.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Hi, Kevin. Well, it's been a great pairing in Dallas between Monte Ellis and Dirk Nowitzki. As Dirk said, he's been amazing for us. He's so athletic, so fast. I knew he could score with the best of them, but the thing that surprised me is his playmaking off the pick-and-roll game. He makes my game a lot easier. Kevin, they make a great tandem.
Yeah, working together, they're a nightmare to defend, Doris. Thank you. And, Steve, when you played, was that important really to have a coach who really connected with players on the floor, or was it all about business?
No, I think it's important to connect with your players on a personal level. You need to get to know them, and they need to get to know you. There's got to be a healthy amount of trust for the relationships to work.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Left side, Chandler. Ellis outside. Three-pointer. That's good. Ellis has got 11 points.
Nice job by Felton to lay into the defender there.
Now here is Martin. 7 points in the game. And there's the pass to the Prodigy. Fires for 3. No good.
I like the defense, guys, really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yeah, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was a tough one.
And so that brings the first.
Okay, guys, solid play so far. I like what I'm seeing. But just a few things to talk about before the second.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
Just a fantastic game for Rubio. 16 points, and he's knocked down 5 shots at the charity stripe. Good numbers for him.
Let's go.
A switch here. Berea's checked in. Timberwolves leading by 11 on the court for Minnesota. Young is out there with Wiggins. Then there's J.J. Barea. Then it's Ricky Rubio. And it's Jang in at the 5 spot. And he gets it to go. Jang's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally. Built this lead for themselves here.
And while we can, let's have a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who have been the most efficient scorers in the NBA this month. You look at Chandler, so solid around the basket, currently 3rd in the league. And of course, Mo Williams, also someone that shoots at such a high percentage, top 5 in the league.
Well, the offensive efficiency the past month for both these guys is just off the charts. I mean, they are playing with so much confidence.
Harris kicks to Chandler, and out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
And with a quick chance here, let's take a look now at some of the numbers for Tyson Chandler. 1st in shooting percentage. And in terms of rebounding, he's in the top 20 in the league, so a guy who can really take care of the boards for you.
I don't think we can overlook the fact that percentage shooter in the league. I mean, lights out. That's really the only way to describe him. He doesn't miss much.
Levine's checked in for Minnesota. Barea with it, averaging 8 points a game. Young dishes to Barea. Clock at 6. Wiggins. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Wiggins has got 9 points.
He shouldn't be afraid to take that shot more often. He's solid from there.
The dish to Parsons. Back to Nelson. Pass to Nowitzki. The baseline J. Bean with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Here's the prodigy. He's guarded by Chandler. Nelson with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Nelson's got it. The fast break chance. And that one's good. 6 points for Devin Harris.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Jameer Nelson, a stocky 6-foot guard, now in his 11th season out of St. Joe's. College Player of the Year his senior season.
Here's Levine, guarded by Harris. Just 5 on the clock. With his first shot attempt, and the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Nowitzki's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Nelson kicks to Harris. Back to Nelson. Pass to Nowitzki. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. Nelson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a loss to Cleveland.
Yeah, they look totally disjointed, and sometimes you have a night like that. Nothing goes in the basket. It's just pure frustration.
Well, you can call it any number of things, Steve. Disjointed, disorganized, discombobulated, dysfunctional. Any of those would fit.
A different look. And so it's the Timber.
Ricky, a great